heart is so low, as only a woman's heart can be.
With Sister Fia, I come to you once again, and I want to discuss something with our single ladies and our single men, the bachelors and the spinsters. I want to find out from you. Are you planning on getting married very soon? There are some things you need to ask yourself, you need to ask your partner to come into agreement before you enter into any relationship you are planning to go to. You need to ask your partner, why do you want us to get married? If your partner struggles to come up with an answer to this question, it's probably a sign that he doesn't actually know what he wants or what he or she wants. It could be peer pressure. It could be just lust. He or she needs to tell you the reason why he or she wants to marry you. You need to ask him, what are your thoughts of having children? Don't let your partner just say that, yes, I want to have children, or no, I don't want to have children. They need to let you know how many children they would want in the future, when they want you to have those children. Are they prepared for the impossibilities? Because sometimes childbirth delays, because it's a gift from God. When it's not your time, it's not your time. What type of parent do they want you to be? You need to ask. In case there is no childbirth, is he going to leave you? Is she going to leave you? You need to ask those questions before you get married. You need to ask him or her, do you have any issues with my family? Because in-laws play big roles in marriages. Do you want them to be your best friends? You need to find out. Can you be able to relate them? Because it's a lifetime. It's not just a snap thing that you are going and then coming back. If either of you have any issues with them, you need to acknowledge them, accept, and then move on with your marriage. How will you handle conflict and rough patches? You need to ask your partner. You guys need to come on an agreement, a game plan, something to handle your conflict issues. Today that you are not living together, you think maybe we can handle it when the conflicts come. But getting married, you get frustrated any little thing that happens. The things that you seems not to be important to you, it's important to the other person. Remember that you are coming from two different homes. You need to learn how to handle your conflicts. You need to learn it in the relationship before you go into marriages. You need to make a solid foundation that you are both going to stick together for the years that is coming. You need to find out from your partner, how religiously is that person? Is he committed to God? Is he committed to Allah? You need to find out. You don't get married and then you tell yourself, I didn't know he don't go to the mosque. No. You need to find out all these things before you go into marriage. My single ladies, my single men, before you go into marriage, you need to ask your partner, are you in any form of debt? Do you have any debts that you need to tell me? You need to let your salary be known to your partner. What is your budget in life? You need to know. What is your budget in our marriage? You need to know. How are you going to support me in terms of raising our kids, in terms of raising the catering for our home? You need to find out all these things before you go into marriage. It is important that you know where each other finances stands before you merge households. It is also important that spending habits are compatible. Because when it is not compatible, at the end of the day, when you want to do something big financially, you want to take a big financial decision, that is when somebody says, I need a necklace, I need a new shoe, I need a new dress. You need to know whether your spending habits are compatible before you go into marriage. How open are you about your relationship with others? Set ground rules for privacy. If there are things you did rather with your partner, do not share with friends. Do not share with family. Do not share with co-workers. Make it unknown. And make sure you both are on the same page. Remember that you are becoming one flesh, one body. It's not everything that you need to go and tell your friends. It's not everything that you need to go and tell your family. It's not everything that you need to go and tell your co-workers. No, set standards for yourself, both of you. Tell yourself that no matter what happens, we are going to stay together. Our issues are not supposed to go out. It doesn't pull down to somebody who is maltreating you, who is abusing you. Every marriage has quarrels. The same way relationships have fights, that's the same way marriages have. But this time, you are not quarreling and then going to your mother's house. You are not quarreling and going to your father's house. You are quarreling and staying in on the same bed, sleeping on the same bed, sleeping on the same couch, eating from the same plate. Are you ready to handle that? You need to find out from your partner, my dear, how are you going to help me in the house chores? Women, it's mandatory for us to take care of the home, but we need support from the men. You need to find out when you are in the relationship before you enter into marriage. Because for now, you think I can do everything, but when children comes in, you have more household chores to handle. It is important to set expectations now. Don't wait and go into the marriage before you set the expectations. Because at the end of the day, the man is going to get used to it. The woman is going to get used to it. And then it will be very difficult to let the person get involved with the house chores. Are you truly prepared for better or for worse? Because, my dear, marriage isn't easy. And there will be difficult days, weeks, months, and then even years to come. You should be absolutely certain that the person you are marrying is prepared to go through the worst with you. You will face your shares of sadness, illness, death, happiness. It is in marriage. It's for better and it's for worse. There is nothing like for better and for better. Remember that we are living in this world where we don't get everything that we want. At times it shakes. It comes down, it goes up. It's all bound to us, how to hold it, how to firm with it, how to move it around. I want to tell you that if you are ready for marriage, both of you need to be good friends. Don't marry a stranger and then hope that you become compatible over time. You can never be compatible over time. Start with a solid foundation of love. Share your values, your common interests, and then trust. There is no marriage without trust. When you lose your trust in marriage, it can never work out. Remember, don't expect your partner to change. People do change, but not in the predictable ways that we normally think it is. If your fiancé has a problem with drugs, assume he will always have one. Don't say he's going to change when we get married. It is impossible. Suppose he is an alcoholic person. Don't say he's going to change. Assume that he is not going to change. Are you ready to live with us forever? If your partner does not have children, assume she will always not love children. If he's hot-tempered, assume he's always hot-tempered. Don't predict that he is going to change over time. My dear, people change. But don't expect your partner to change. Go in for somebody you can live forever and ever with. Don't let society push you to something that you don't want to be into. Communication. How consistent do you communicate with your partner? You need to know. You need to communicate about everything, what you eat, every secret in your life. You need to let your partner know. You need to share your secret with him. Don't let him go and hear it from somebody else. Because when he gets to hear from somebody else, it will be like a betrayal. Get it out into the open and lay down a foundation of honesty. My dear, you need to sometimes fight in front of him. Sometimes people say, I wake up one day and then my husband has changed. I wake up one day and then my wife has changed. But he didn't become that overnight. Even if it seems that way. People change gradually. It only feels like they change quite suddenly when you don't continually talk to each other. If your wife is slow, depressed, or dissatisfied, it shouldn't take you by surprise. You should know about all these things. Find out what is wrong with each other. Your fiancé is quiet and you don't care. Because as so far as he's quiet, I'm okay. He's not disturbing me. You make sure you discuss about your sex life. Because when you fight, it's a sex that brings you guys together. You need to discuss. Give out honest things about your money, your children, your in-laws, your career, your politics, and then your religion. This subject, most of the time, couples don't want to talk about it. But do you know something? These are the contagious subjects that can drive uncommunicative couples apart. Value the partnership you both are going into. If this isn't a high value for both of you, you are in trouble. If you have a lot of deal breakers, or if whenever there is a problem you think, should I stay or should I go? It gives you a red flag. Your marriage will have a better chance of success if you both are committed to fixing your problems. If you both think of all the problems as shared problems. Talk to your partner. Let him know how many times when you are in the relationship, how many times do you tell your fiancé what is going on? How many times do you tell him the problems you are going through? Or is it that you can carry everything that you want? No, you are going into marriage. This time it is not I, it's going to be we. You guys need to sit down and then work on projects together. Collaboration is the primary forms of human communication. It is a kind of social glue. Try to find hobbies that both of you like. Don't just say that my husband likes football and I don't like football. Sometimes you need to just adjust to it to make him happy. Your wife likes telenovelas. Sometimes you need to sit by her and then watch with her. It doesn't mean that you are encouraging her on a bad habit, but we do sometimes learn things from these movies that is going on. And then woman, don't make a telenovela be your take all the time that you need to spend with your man. You need to play together. I don't mean you people playing cheese or chess or whatever you call it. I don't mean you people should play Monopoly or baseball or basketball. We have romantic things that you can do. You can do a tackle fight. You can do a sex fight. There are a lot of things you can do that as couples, it can help you bring out a relationship that you want to form. Playing around is a social glue. You need to run around. You need to chase him around the house. You need to throw pillow at each other. You need to create some pranks just to make him feel at home, just to make her feel at home. It's not all about you. You need to lose all your dignity around yourselves. You people need to lose it. It's hard time. There are ladies who want to fast. They can't fast in front of their boyfriends. They need to go all the way to the house before they go and fast. What are you trying to insinuate? Are you not going to live with a person forever and ever? So when you get married, are you going to go and hide before you fast? My dear, if you had done a sleepover before, do you know how many times you fast in front of him when he's sleeping, and then he wakes up to find out that it is you who was fasting? Is it because he's not told you? That is why you are pretending as if you are an angel. My dear, try to fast in front of him. Make fast as a joke. Marry someone who has intimacy needs that matches yours. When your husband likes sex too much and you don't like it, don't force yourself to go into that marriage, because it will get to a time when you don't give it to him, he's going to cheat on you. He will tell you, oh, I can compromise, but it will get to a time you get fed up. Because now, as you are in a relationship, when he doesn't get it from you, he can get it from somewhere else. But when you get into marriage, my dear, that is when you say he's cheating on me, she's cheating on me, but you forgot that your sex drives are not the same. It is hard to sustain a marriage between a slingy person and then a standfish person. Have sex multiple of times before you get married. People will say it doesn't go biblically, but I want to tell you that when you have sex multiple of times, it helps you get to know that, are we sexually compatible? Can I live with what I'm going in for? There are a lot of marriages which are getting broken because the sex life, they didn't try anything in the sex, and then they think that I can handle it, and then when they get into the room, it is not what they want. You need to make sure that you live together and find out if you are compatible. Remember that marriage is a long way to go. It is not a snap thing that you are going and coming back. Jot down whatever I said today and then go through it and see if you qualified to get married. Don't rush because of society. People are into marriages that they think, I have regretted getting married. Why? Because all these questions are asked, they didn't ask themselves before going into marriage. Marry somebody that you can be happy with. Don't marry somebody that you always regret saying I do to that person. Just with Sister Fia, I love you. Cherish your life, cherish your marriage. God is going to help you, but you need to help yourself before God will step in. With Sister Fia.